But one homeless person happened to mention that a person coming out of Starbucks with a nice $10 cup of coffee, a latte something, very nice, very warm, walked right over a homeless person and just kept walking, didn't even look, no eye contact, nothing. Just walked over them as if they didn't exist. And the Canadian news, I guess they took a piece of maybe what we do in Seattle, and Canadians are different. Canadians in BC, they just don't do that. If somebody's homeless or down, I would say the Midwest is a lot like that too. Where I'm from, Indiana, we don't see a lot of homeless people. But yeah, they're not callous toward it at all. But gaps in rich and poor can make people callous. It was true in Amos's time as well. So, but it seemed to have concentrated on the upper echelons of Israeli society, the upper class, always. I want to say that's not always a bad thing, but the disparage gaps grew larger and larger between rich and poor, the haves and have-nots. And so it became a problem. We're supposed to look after our brothers and sisters. We're supposed to look after them. Jesus has a lot to say about that, which I'll talk about through the sermon. Number 2, a lack of justice. Rather than being a source of protection for the weak and the poor, the courts and the city gates had become venues for further exploit and to enslave the needy. Man, there are people caught in world systems, our systems, that are caught in the trap of perpetual need. It's never quite enough to get out of their situation, is it? They're exploited. People, they get their paychecks from helping people, but not quite enough because there's still a lot of people that need. That was true in this time as well. People were exploited because of their poverty. The judicial process had been corrupted by the powerful and the rich who used the courts as a means of getting what they wanted.